and roll. Another night of wicked racing action. Woo, this is gonna be good. Oh, baby, welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome in. We get ready to rock and roll here in this one. See if we can get some music going here quickly. There we go. Woo! Oh! Let's go, baby. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome in as we get ready to rock and roll here for another night of wicked racing action. NASCAR Next Gen's live from Charlotte Roval. Oh man, this is going to be good. You see the two ride already out there on the racetrack. It's qualifying underway here. These guys trying to put down their quickest lap times on the racetrack. Oh, let's go, baby. Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. Holy moly. Holy moly, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go, chat. Let's go, baby. Oh, this is going to be good. Oh, you missed the chicane. You're supposed to make a turn there. Where's he going? Oh, man, that whole front end is absolutely just busted off his DeWalt number 2 machine. Oh, this is going to get absolutely nuts, chat. This is going to get absolutely crazy out there, and it's going to be a ton of fun. These guys are going to put on a wicked, wicked show here for us as we're going to get ready to go green flag racing here. Woo! Man, this is going to be fun. This is going to be fun. These drivers all lined up here on the front stretch. We're going to get ready to go green flag racing. The Outcast Racing League, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go as these drivers loaded into the sim. We're going to get ready to rock and roll. We're going to get ready to set them loose as it looks like we got 18 drivers loaded into the sim, getting ready to go to battle here at the Charlotte Roval. A little road course action here this evening. A little bit of left turns and right turns just to mix it up that much more. Just to mix it up that much more out there on the racetrack as we're going to get ready here for our starting lineup. Starting on the pole in this one. In that 92 machine, that is Brock Page. To his outside in the 94 ride, that is going to be Justin Reynolds. We see Al Reed in the 3 machine, starting in position number 3, and to his outside in the 93, that is Bud Shearer. Then we see the 22 ride of Colton Manage, Robert Tuiscu there in 5th and 6th, Jeff Mayers there in 7th. We see Joshua Benton in position number 8. Mike Killingbeck, Wayne Garland in 9th and 10th. Johnny Thunders in 11th. Chad Jeffries there in 12th. Josh Bromfield in position number 13 with Sean Burke, Christopher Muse, Anthony Garland, Sean Burke, and Cameron Dario. Rounding out the field here, so 17 drivers as it looks like Thomas Riles, unfortunately, not making it out here to start this one. He's parked down pit side, so we'll have to see him after that green flag comes out. He'll be down pit side getting this started. So we're going to get these drivers ready to rock and roll. The lights are turned off, that official iRacing pace truck, and we're going to get ready to go green flag racing. Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines and get ready to rock and roll. Get ready to rumble here from the Charlotte Roval as these drivers get ready to duke it out. This is going to be a ton of fun, man. This is going to be a great time, man. This is going to be an absolutely amazing race here, man. I'm excited for this one. Hopefully you guys are too, as these guys are going to put on an absolute show for us. As they're going to get ready to head down here. They're back onto the Charlotte Speedway racetrack there in corner number 1 and 2, heading down towards the backstretch here where they're going to have that backstretch chicane. They're going to have to make a hard little left-hand turn back here on this chicane. We didn't see the 2 right there in qualifying make it through there, and unfortunately he's parked down pit side as getting some work done to that car, and he's going to have to get ready to rock and roll as he'll be parked there on pit side momentarily as these drivers get ready to take the green flag. We'll get ready to set them back loose. Brock Page, Justin Reynolds, 1 and 2 here, getting ready to set these drivers loose. Al Reed, Bud Shearer there in 3rd and 4th. Colton Manish, Robert Tuisku in 5th and 6th. Jeff Mayers, Josh Bromfield, Mike Killingbeck, Joshua Benton, Wayne Garland, Johnny Thunders, Chad Jeffries, Sean Burke back there as well, Christopher Muse, Cameron Dario, and Anthony Garland. Final row there in that ORL Outcast Racing League number 81 as we're going to get ready to set them loose. We're going to get ready to go green flag racing here from the Charlotte Roval. It's the pace truck going to make that hard left-hand turn. We're going to get ready to go green flag racing here in this one. It's the green flag out in the air here at the Charlotte Roval. Side by side throughout the field down here. Hard braking into corner number 1 as they head down this little chicane. We see one driver unfortunately going around. I believe that's Johnny Thunders turned around here. Tough break there for Johnny Thunders. We'll take a look back and see what happens to the 60 ride. Man, we're going to need a good look here. There we go. Johnny Thunder sends it in there. Just looks like that car steps out. He locks him up. Luckily enough, everyone kind of gets by him. No contact. So good break there for that 60 machine. As Brock Page out in front, though. Brock Page leads the way here in that 92 machine. Brock, Justin Reynolds down the backstretch into the chicane back here as they're going to make the hard left-hand turn down into the chicane. And they're going to have to turn right back to the left and then right back to the right here and head down the Charlotte. Oh, we see one driver. Who was that? Robert Tuisku maybe? No, it was Joshua Benton missing that chicane back there. So a tough break there for Joshua Benton as he misses that rear chicane. I believe he's going to get somewhat of a penalty there on that one for missing that chicane back there. So we'll have to wait and see how the officials score that one. Yo, and Dallas Joyce coming in smashing that like on the stream. What is good, Dallas? Daniel Worthington coming in smashing that like as well. What is good, Daniel? How you doing? How you doing, Dallas? Daniel, hopefully you guys are having a great night. There you go. You see that 69 ride slow here on the racetrack. Getting that time penalty out there, slowing down, letting off the gas pedal, letting these drivers get up and back around them here as Brock Page continues to lead the way. Led lap number 1 here out to about a 1.3 second lead already over Justin Reynolds as Reynolds trying to track him down here in that 94 ride. Bud Shearer with a good run as well, up into position number 3 as what is it? RBS, I do believe in 1, 2, and 3 here. Al Reed there in 4th. So these RBS rides having a good run here, showing a lot of speed early on. We see that digitalmotorsports.com number 3 machine, Al Reed sliding back to 4th. You see Mike Killingbeck back here in position number 5. Robert Tuisku right there behind him. Tuisku there in that 6th ride, the Coca-Cola. Jack Daniels, number 6. Then we see Jeff Mayers in the Mountain Dew machine there in the 7th spot. Colton managing the 22, looking very good as well. Chad Jeffries there in 9th. And have a couple very fast cars right there behind him. Sean Burke working himself through the field now up quite a few positions here. Having himself a great run out there on the racetrack as he continues to work his way up and towards the front of the field. Brock Page, though, leads the way here, continuing to try to stretch his lead out, but Justin Reynolds sticking right there with him as, oh no, looks like Cameron Dario, Anthony Garland having some issues here on the racetrack. No caution flag. We'll take a look back and see. This is Anthony Garland as, oh, he gets into the curbing there just a little bit, loses that rear end and goes around. You see the 60 ride of Johnny Thunders getting past him. We also saw Cameron Dario also having some issues as well in that Alex Bowman number 48 ride. Hard onto the brakes. The car just does not want to turn. Oh, looks like the front end already pretty busted up there. Not sure if the car just went dead straight there. If this thing already had some heavy front end damage, maybe. Can't see from this side of the ride. Let's see here. Let's go with the rear chase here. Oh, we kind of can't see. Interesting, but yeah, he comes out of corner number, I don't even know what corner this is, but kind of goes dead straight, gets up into that outside wall, and completely busts up that front end, and he's going to have to take that ride down pit side, so a tough break there. The Alex Bowman ride is, he's going to be off the racetrack, getting some repairs done. We see another driver going around, that's Thomas Riles. The DeWalt number 2 ride having some issues. He's going to go around here. That was right in front of our leaders. The 2 ride having some issues here. Couple different issues. There's a couple of these drivers trying to get by him there. That was getting a little bit sketchy out there. The 2 ride just, oh, locks it up right here. Goes nosed into the Tom's outside wall there in corner number 1. We saw Chase Elliott do that not too long ago. See Wayne Garland have some issues back here. The backstretch chicane is, and a little bit of mayhem all over the place. He's just going to kind of lose it headed into the chicane there. It's over that curbing. That's going to bust up that front nose quite a bit. So he's going to have a little bit of front end damage. See Mike Killingbeck, who was up inside the top 5 in the 70 ride here. Killingbeck gonna head down into corner number 1. Already has quite a bit of little front end damage right there. Oh, hard into the wall there for the 70 machine. Hard, you can see that right front tire busted up. The front fender all tore apart there on that 70 machine. He's gonna lose a lot of positions. He's gonna have to come down pit road and get some work done to that ride. So Thomas Riles crashing again, unfortunately, for the 2 ride. Oh, man, the 2 is just not having a good run here tonight in this one. Going to go right through the guard in there, and a bunch of these guys go around him once again as he takes it down pit side. As we're going to get ready to see these drivers duke it out once again here as our race leader continuing to pull away is now Bud Shearer jumping up into position number 2. So Bud getting around the 94 ride of Justin Reynolds. As Reynolds going to slide back into position number 3 here for the 94. Sliding back, but Bud Shearer now into position number 2. Brock Page out in front as Brock. Brock is looking very good here early on in this one. Continuing to hit his marks. Continuing to just do some good laps here. Continuing to put the pressure on the rest of this field as one of the best cars out here. And he's showing it as currently right now out to about a 2.3 second lead over Bud Shearer. Justin Reynolds about a 1.5 seconds back of the 93 ride. Then Al Reed about 2.5, almost 3 seconds back behind the 94 ride. And then a big gap all the way back into that 5th place driver as the 65 ride of Jeff Mayers all the way back there quite a ways. He's about, I don't even know how far. And he's got to be about 15, 20 seconds back behind our race leaders as he's even got a big gap between himself and the 6th place driver, the 19 ride right there. That is Chad Jeffries, that Borderlands number 3 machine. Robert Tuiscu there in 7th. Colton Manich there in 8th. Joshua Benton right there behind him. Is one of the closer battles out here on the racetrack right now as Misfits ride trying to hold off the 69. 69 right there trying to jump up into that 8th position. We see Sean Burke right back there as well in the RV as number 95 ride in the 10th position on the racetrack. Josh Bromfield in the 12 ride in 11th right now. We see Christopher Muse there behind him in the 99 as we see one driver's Burke going around there in the chicane. Burke going around just a little bit there. He's going to lose one position. That's going to put him back into 11th as Bromfield is able to get around him. Now here comes the Kellogg's Cheez-Its, number 99 ride of Christopher Muse as Muse is going to jump around him as well. Johnny Thunders all the way back there in the 60 ride, having not the run that he would hope to have. He's got the 81 of Anthony Garland right there behind him. Mike Killenbeck making the pass back here for the 15th position over Wayne Garland as these guys head down into the front stretch chicanes here. See Johnny Thunders and Anthony Garland getting around each other there as that 81 ride is going to jump up and around the 60 as he locked him up. That's going to bring the 70 ride right there with him as Killenbeck is going to get around that 60 machine as well. Out in front, it is all Brock Page as Page continues to lead the way. Yo, Anthony, Mr. Karf coming in, showing the love. What is good, Anthony? Anthony coming in with that like and the share on the stream. What is good, my boys? Brock Page continues to lead the way here. Bud Shearer in position number 2. These two really starting to stretch out and away from that 3rd and 4th place driver as you see Justin Reynolds there in position number 3, about 6-7 seconds back behind our race leader Al Reed there behind him, and then way back there our 5th place driver still in that Mountain Dew machine. That is Jeff Mayers. Brock Page continues to lead the way. Brock doing a great job, showing some great speed here. The 2 ride spun out right there in front of him. It's Thomas Riles, unfortunately, parked there. Right here in the midsection of the racetrack. He's going to get rolling here. It looks like, oh man, I don't know. Just this car never seems to turn all the way here. He's going to take it off the racetrack and back down pit side. Another tough break there for the 2 machine as that's going to really... That's pretty much taking him out of this one as that car is quite a few laps down now. We see Cameron Dario as well in the 48 ride, unfortunately, take his machine off the racetrack. So we're down to 16 cars out here, and right now Brock Page laying down some great lap times, continuing to run some good laps here. Is closing the gap here on the rear of the field, so we may see some more drivers start to lose some laps as these guys, they're about 20 seconds or so ahead of Brock Page, but the way Brock Page is putting down those lap times, it's not going to take him very long to catch that rear of the field. And oh man, some great racing, some wicked action out here on the racetrack as these guys continue to lay down some wicked laps here, continue to run some awesome laps. We're going to jump into a quick Peacemaker Gaming crank it up here as we're going to crank it up in just couple seconds here. We're going to quickly refresh this overlay here. It's been stuck on 1 to go for a little while, hasn't it, chat? We got to fix that. There we go. 9 of 45, so still lots of laps left, still a lot of racing left out there on the racetrack as we're going to jump into a Peacemaker Gaming crank it up. So crank up that volume and cheer on your favorite drivers. right, ladies and gentlemen, as these guys continue to run around this racetrack, laying down some very, very good lap times here at the Charlotte Roval for the Bank of America Roval 400 here. Out in front, Brock Page continues to lead the way as these drivers jumping over these chicanes, having some good runs, having some great racing out here on the racetrack. But man, oh man, this 92 ride is a rocket ship. One driver that's hanging right there with them, that's Bud Shearer. Shearer in the 93 machine right there with them. Teammates running 1 and 2 out in front here by a good distance as third place driver Al Reed quite a ways back here as Reed in that 94 ride of Justin Reynolds back here out 10 seconds behind our race leader here as Brock Page continues just lay down a beating on this field. Moving up to the 84 ride of Wayne Garland, trying to put him a lap down here as only 13 drivers right now on the lead lap. This 92 trying to make it 2 less. 1 less driver on the lead lap. The laps continue to click off here, lap by lap by lap. This 92 ride in that RBS Racing team slowly but surely getting closer and closer to this checkered flag right now. 2 dominating cars at the front of the field here, continuing to lay down some great laps here, some great lap times as they continue to run out in front, continue to show how to get it done here. And these guys are just way too fast, man. These guys are way too good out there, continuing to run some crazy lap times. We're going to get into some green flag pit stops here soon enough. These pit stops may really change things up here as Bud Shearer closing the gap still on Brock Page as Brock Page less than a second ahead now over that 93 ride as Bud Shearer been able to close that gap slowly but surely, catching up to the rear end of his teammate here. Lap by lap by lap, Justin Reynolds now jumping back into position number 3. So Reynolds back into that 3rd spot. So the 92, 93, and 94 rides now running 1, 2, and 3 for that RBS Racing team as they run 1, 2, and 3. We see Al Reed down pit side here as Reed heads down pit side. Maybe short pitting here just a little bit. That 3 ride's going to head down, get some work done, get some fresh tires and some gasoline into that 3 machine. We're going to see the rest of the field start to come here slowly but surely, but looks like Al is going to be the first driver down pit side. Trying to make this a quick one. We see these guys still battling back here. As 22 ride of Colt Manich trying to jump around the 81 ride right there of Anthony Garland as we see Robert Tuiscu now down pit side as well in that Jack Daniels Coca-Cola number 6 ride. He's going to jump down pit side here. He's going to get some work done to that machine. Going to get some tires and some fuel there into it, as well as already see Al Reed out onto the racetrack. So Al Reed making that pit stop, only losing, what, 2 positions out there on the racetrack. Went from the 4th position to the 6th position. That's the advantage that these guys at the front of the field have over the rest of these guys. As man, that is absolutely insane. The lead that these guys have out here on the racetrack is crazy. It's crazy as Brock Page continues to lead the way. Page still out in front here by about 1 second over Bud Shearer. Shearer right there in position number 2. Teammates leading the way here, and then about 10 seconds back, we see Justin Reynolds, their 3rd teammate, is 1, 2, and 3 for the RBS crew as they lead the way here in this one. Chad Jeffries even farther back in that 19 ride, currently in that 4th position as about 22 seconds back of Justin Reynolds. That means about 30 seconds or so behind our race leader. So now we see Jeff Mayers headed down pit side here of the Mountain Dew number 65 ride. See Wayne Garland down there as well in the 84 machine. He's going to get some work done. He's going to head back out onto the racetrack. We see Colton Manich now jumping down here, as well as Manich jumping out onto the racetrack. Yo, Tristan What is good, my boy? What is good, Tristan? How you doing, homie? How you doing? Coming in, showing that love. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just tuning in, make sure y'all hit that like button, hit that share button, and hit that follow button. If you're watching over on YouTube, make sure you hit that like and subscribe. As man, oh man, you can see them all headed down pit side now, and here comes our race leaders. The 92 of Brock Page and Bud Shearer now down pit side here, getting some fuel, getting some tires. They head down pit side here. See that buckle up, number 92, the first car here. The run down the racetrack. He was our pole sitter, has led every lap so far. Here he is. He's going to pull into the second pit stall. Going to pull up a little bit short here. Leave that extra pit stall in front of him in case if there's another car in there. He's going to jump out here in front. Still going to hold down the fort here as he continues to lead the way over his teammate in that 93 ride. Brock Page rejoins the racetrack here. It's still going to be out in front here. That's the amount of a lead that 92 ride had. See Al Reed slowly gaining some of his positions back. We'll have to see where he comes out to Justin Reynolds, as Reynolds actually already back out onto the racetrack here. So Al Reed pitting early did not work. You'd think those fresh tires and everything else may have gained him some track position. He's actually going to slide quite a ways back here behind that 94 as he came in basically door to door with that 94 ride. And unfortunately here for Al Reed, pitting that couple laps early is not going to pay off for him as he is way back there as Brock Page out in front here. See Wayne Garland in the 84 ride have some issues here. Looks like Wayne going to send it in. Corner number 1 here, it's just going to get loose. That rear end's going to come around. He's going to actually get into that inside wall just a little bit. We just saw Colton Manich as well has some issues here. Front stretch chicane. Looks like he's just going to go over the grass there a little bit. He's going to have to get stopped there on the racetrack. So we get that penalty for missing that chicane right there. We've seen some action all around this racetrack, man. These guys continue to slide around and beat and bang and everything else. Quite a bit of action around this track. See Sean Burke here. This was a little while ago in the 95. Jumps that chicane. He's going to have to pull into the inside. These chicanes you got to be very careful with. I'm going to say we're going to see the 69 ride here of Joshua Benton. Oh, he just loses it. Spins her out. Goes into that outside wall. That's the backstretch chicane right there. Car's not having a lot of grip. These guys pushing them to their limits and trying to hang on to them as, man, oh man, what a great race. What a good show that these guys have been putting on for us. And right now, only 9 drivers left on the lead lap. The 22 machine of Colton Manich is the last car on the lead lap here. It's Christopher Muse, unfortunately, well, he's currently in that lucky dog position right now if we were to see a caution flag, but we may not get one. Josh Bromfield headed down pit side as well in the 12 ride. So Bromfield down pit side here. Brock Page, though, going to put him a lap down as this 92, 93, and 94 cars continue to lay down some crazy fast lap times, continue to have some wicked runs out here on the racetrack. And Brock Page and Bud Shearer are absolutely gone, man. These guys are about a 13-second lead over their teammate in position number 3 here. Justin Reynolds all the way back there in that third spot, about 13 seconds behind our race leaders. Then Al Reed is about 12 seconds behind Justin Reynolds here. So they're real spread out, about 11 seconds behind him. We see the 19 ride of Chad Jeffries, about 14 seconds behind him. We see the 6 ride of Robert Tuiscu. Jeff Myers fairly close there to that 6 ride as Mayer's right there in 7th, and Colton Manich all the way back here in that 22 ride. He's actually the closest car to our leaders here on the lead lap, but unfortunately they're trying to hunt him down and put him a lap down as this 92 and 93 ride get a little bit closer here in the front of the field as these two first and second, about half a second between them. Brock Page and Bud Shearer continue to duke it out, and we're going to take it side by side here and watch these guys try to battle here as the 93 ride of Bud Shearer Maybe try to jump out here. Maybe try to take this lead away. We'll have to wait and see how this one plays out. Yo, Carey Spears. Carey coming in, showing the love, smashing that like on the stream. What is good, Carey? as our race leaders here, Brock Page and Bud didn't even put on a here. Front of the field, man, these two continuing to be the class of the field, continuing to put down crazy lap times here, continuing to pull away from the rest of the pack. These two showing us how to get it done out here on the racetrack as Brock Page and Bud Shearer continue to be 1 and 2 out here in this one. These two continuing to lay down some wicked good lap times. 92 having a little bit of connection issues right there as Bud Shearer trying to close that gap on him. He's about a car length between the two as we may see a great battle here at the front of the field. These guys getting ready to duke it out. They got about a 16-second lead over their teammate in that third position. The 94 machine of Justin Reynolds there in position at number 3. Al Reed even farther back in that 3 ride as Reed right there in position number 4. The 19 ride of Chad Jeffries there in position number 5. Jeff Mayers in that 6th position. Down through corner number 1 and corner number 2 here as the 65 ride in that 6th position. Robert Tuiscu in that Jack Daniels Coca-Cola number 6 ride. The last car on the lead lap here. Colt Manage in the 8th place is currently behind our race leaders here as some just get passed by them as they are out in front of them here. See them already pulling quite a ways in front of them as they're right up here. You see Colt coming there in the background. That 22 ride, the last car on the lead lap, currently sitting in that lucky dog position. If he were to get a caution flag, he would benefit from it. He would get the wave around and get back onto the lead lap. But right now, Brock Page and Bud Shearer continuing to lay down some wicked fast lap times. We see a couple drivers come together. Couple wrecks here is the 69 ride of Joshua Benton. Fortunately, going to go around right in front of the 94 ride, our 3rd place driver. Pretty heavy damage right there. Justin Reynolds, unfortunately, nowhere to go right there. Kind of gets right into the side of the 69 as he loses it right in front of him. Trying to get around these lap down cars, and unfortunately, the 94, that's some pretty heavy damage there. Also saw Christopher Muse have some issues out there as well in the 99 ride again as Muse, he's just going to lose it right there. Gets into the bumps a little bit. Oh, he almost saved it, but we get her pointed back in the right direction. Head down into corner number 1 here on the Charlotte Oval racetrack there as gets back out there onto the racetrack into corner number 9. We also saw Mike Killingbeck unfortunately have some issues as well as Killingbeck already with some heavy front right damage, and oh, that car just gonna get bouncing, jumping around there, and unfortunately we get spun around. You see the 60 ride getting around him there on the outside as a couple of these drivers unfortunately having some rough goes here in this one, but right now a couple drivers that haven't had any issues all evening long. That's our race leader of Brock Page as Page continuing to lead the way. He's led every lap so far. This 92 machine has not forfeited the lead right from the drop of the green flag. This 92 has been dang near unbeatable. Bud Shearer right there in 3rd. Took a little while to get around his teammate in the 94 ride. Finally got around him, tracked down this 92, and then has left him right there and is right there in front of him. He's been right in the tire tracks of that 92 machine for so many laps, and still under a second between our top 2 drivers, the teammates here in the 92 and 93 machine. They're out to about a 20-second lead over the 3rd place driver, Justin Reynolds. Reynolds in that 94 rider we just saw get a little bit of damage. It's about 20 seconds behind here, 19 seconds back from Bud Shearer and about 20 seconds back from Brock Page. His teammates out there laying down some crazy lap times and continuing to stretch their lead out more and more and more as you see that little bit of front right damage to the 94 after that contact between him and Joshua Benton. Al Reed in that 3rd position, quite a ways back there as well, as he's about 12.5 seconds back behind Justin Reynolds. So that would put him about, you just saw the leaders go by him there, the other side there of the wall in corner number 1 and corner number 9. He's about half a track behind here, so unfortunate break for Alice. Our fourth place driver quite a ways back there, so isn't the 19 rider Chad Jeffries. In position number 5, Jeff Mayers. Just going through the front stretch chicanes here in that Mountain Dew number 65 ride. In position number 6, Robert Tuiscu back there in that 7th position, just going across the start-finish line now. The leaders already up into the front stretch chicane here. So, man, Tuiscu, unfortunately, is going to have those leaders on his back bumper here in a quick hurry, as they are not too far behind him here as he heads down into corner number 2 there. Our leaders coming right down to corner number 1 now, so probably about 10 seconds, 5-10 seconds, somewhere in there behind that number 6 machine, has only 7 cars left on the lead lap in this one. The 22 ride, a Colt Manage, trying to stick right there with our race leaders and stay in that lucky dog position, as the 22's been staying pretty steady here the second half of this race. Been doing a great job. Josh Bromfield in position number 9 in that 12 ride. Currently in the 9th position, and the 70 ride of Mike Killingbeck in that 10th spot on the racetrack. Christopher Muse there behind him, trying to run him down, trying to work himself up inside the top 10. Then we see Wayne Garland in the 84 ride in 12th. Joshua Benton in the 69, currently in 13th. Sean Burke in 14th, right there behind him, as that's a pretty good close battle for position on the racetrack between Joshua Benton and that 95 of Sean Burke. Johnny Thunders back in the 15th position. Anthony Garland. Like Garland, unfortunately, already off the racetrack. So isn't Thomas Riles and Cameron Dario. So in front, Brock Page continues to lead the way here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway Roval, as he continues to show these drivers how to get it done here. He's been laying down some crazy lap times, man. These guys have been so fast all day long at the front of the pack here, continuing to lay down a beating on the rest of the field. 92 and 93 duo just absolutely shot out of a cannon here all night long. He's laying down some crazy lap times and trying to catch up to our 7th place driver to make it to only 6 cars would be on the lead lap here. The laps continue to close down. 15 more laps left to go in this one. 15 more laps for this 92 ride to get it done here, but his teammate hanging right there with him, I'm sure, when it comes down to the bitter end of this one. The teammate thing is going to still be there. They're going to drive with respect, but you got to know that 93 machine of Bud Shearer is just biding his time, just waiting for the perfect moment to jump up there and make his move so he can be able to try to drive up and around that 92 ride, take this lead away, and being able to jump out in front and try to run away with it, as these two have been right there together all evening long, have been pretty much mistake-free. These guys haven't really made a whole lot of mistakes out there. These cars are still picture perfect. They can continue to just hit their marks, continue to just run great lap times. They're the only two right now in the 21-second bracket. Everyone else back in the 22, 23, and then so forth and so on. These guys continue to lay down great lap times. Second faster than their teammate in position number 3. Here's the 94 ride. About that 24 seconds, 23 seconds back here in position number 3. Chad Jeffries back there in 4th, as now we see pit stops starting to come again. Here's the 3 ride of Al Reed in the ORL digitalmotorsports.com number 3 ride. First car down pit side again. This time we'll have to see if that Luck of the Irish number 3 machine can get a little bit of a break here, see if he can make up some ground here. Short pitting and being that first car down pit side. Brock Page and the 93 are going to stay out on the racetrack. No coming down here yet for their pit stops. We do see Johnny Thunders down pit side here in the 60 machine. Johnny getting some work done to that ride in that Shenko custom die-cast number 60 ride as he's there. You see that car getting jacked up. The crew going to work, putting some fresh new tires on that car, making sure they got it completely filled up here with gas. And they're going to set them loose here back out onto the racetrack. But, man, it seems like a lot of time. Maybe getting some repairs done to that ride as well. As been parked down there for quite a while as Brock Page in that 92 ride trying to stretch out his lead a little bit more over that 93. Budge here. You can see the distance is there. Oh, a little bit of contact. The 93 gets right into the back bumper right there of Brock Page, giving him a little bit of a nose. The 92 ride, though, is going to drive away and try to pull away as quick as possible after that contact, up to about a second lead now over that 93. Is the 93 going to try to really send it in here? You can see the 94 rider, second place driver, going through the backstretch chicanes as our leaders going down across the start-finish line right there. That's the distance between first and second and our third place driver. Here's the 19 rider, Chad Jeffries, currently in fourth. Our fifth place driver, the 3 machine of Al Reed, there in position number 5. Then we see Jeff Mayers right there behind him. Jeff Mayers and Al Reed fairly close together up there on the racetrack, but Al Reed has already came down and had his pit stop. Colt Manich out there as well in the 22 ride, unfortunately a lap down here for that 22 machine as Brock Page continues to lead the way. Page out in front, continuing to show the way here, about 0.8 of a second over his teammate there in position number 2 is Bud Shearer right there in that second spot. These two are going to stay out onto the racetrack here. Not going to take it down pit side yet, as these guys are going to be prepped and ready here to take it down pit side for some quick work done to their rides. You still see the 60 ride of Johnny Thunders parked down there pit side, so a tough break for Johnny Thunders as he was having a good run. We do see Robert Tuiscu having some issues here in the 6 ride. The Jack Daniels Coca-Cola machine just going to lose it here at a corner number 9. He's going to spin it around here. Lose quite a bit of time. Going to get it rolling, get back through the gears here and get that Coca-Cola machine back out onto the racetrack. We saw Wayne Garland have some issues as well in the 84 here as Wayne's going to send it off the racetrack here, go through the grass here, and then slide back out onto the racetrack right into Sean Burke and Joshua Bettis. A big wreck right there. The 12 ride going by there as well. Man, that was a pretty heavy hit there. A couple big hits. Sean Burke, unfortunately, nowhere to go out there in this one, man. He drives right into it. We'll take a look. You can see the 84 go down through the gas. He wasn't expecting to come back out onto the racetrack, but here he comes. Oh, man, a heavy, heavy hit there. Oh, man, you can see that front end all busted up on this machine. Tough break there. The 69 ride right there on him as well. Heavy, heavy damage there to that 95 ride. Probably the biggest hit we've seen, as you see a bunch of these drivers headed down pit side. You see Johnny Thunder still down there, but you also see Jeff Mayers in the 65 just getting done his pit stop. Our 6th place driver, Colton Manich, headed down pit side now as well. We see Wayne Garland down there. Sean Burke, who just got into that big wreck there in corner number 9. That RBS Racing number 95 ride headed down pit side to get some work done. The 99, the Kellogg's Racing ride right there in 14th behind him. Get some work done to that machine as well. It's out in front. Brock Page continues to lead the way. 0.8 of a second over his teammate Bud Shearer in position number 2. And they're about 26 seconds ahead of that 3rd place car, the 94 ride. One of their other teammates as they're 1, 2, 3 for RBS right now. Justin Reynolds about 26 seconds behind our race leader here. Al Reed there in the 3 machine as you see Brock Page and Bud Shearer. Our leaders now headed down pit side to get some work done to these rides. They're going to take that long trip down pit lane here. Basically nose to tail like they have been all evening long. These two have not been off of each other for more than, I'd say, a couple laps, man, as they've been right there against each other all night long. These two just continue to run nose to tail here throughout the evening. The 92 overshoots his pit stall ever so slightly. The 93 may get out in front of him. There it is. Brock Shearer is going to take the lead down pit side as that 92 ride, unfortunately, drives too far through his pit stall, has to throw it in reverse, and that's going to be enough for the 93 to get out in front here. So give it up as we get a new race leader. Bud Shearer late in this one, taking the lead away, jumping out in front here with 10 more laps left to go. Man, oh man, oh man, that is crazy how that's going to get settled right there, chat. That is crazy how that's going to get settled out there. That's how these guys are going to settle their differences. It's going to be down pit side. We thought it was going to be out on the racetrack. We thought we were going to see them battle it out for the lead here under the green flag conditions, but now Bud Shearer out in front. He's got about a 1.2 second lead here over Brock Page. Page is going to try to hunt him back down, though, after leading so many laps. Our first 45 laps of this race, he was out in front, but now back into position number 2. You can see him pushing that 92 ride. He's going to blow the chicane here. He's going to have to get slow on the racetrack and give that time up even more. That's exactly what Bud Shearer needed to see right there. That 93 ride now with a commanding lead, 4.5 seconds between himself and his teammate in the 92 ride as Bud Shearer out in front here and looking to take this win away from Brock Page after Page led 35 laps to start this race. Now back into position number 2, and you can see our leaders, how quick they've been running around this racetrack. The car right in front of the 93 machine, that is Jeff Mayers. Mayers is currently our 6th place driver. Mayers is currently right there in position number 6, but he's at risk of going a lap down as our race leader Bud Shearer closing the gap here on him, trying to catch up to that 90 or that 65 machine, the Mountain Dew ride. You can see the difference here. I mean, Bud Shearer's going to drive right down to the bottom side, and Bud is going to make the pass here and put that 65 ride a lap down. Jeff Mayers now back into position at number 6 still, but a lap down and in that lucky dog position. Going to jump it over that chicane there, and we're going to get one driver now in between Bud Shearer and Brock Page. As Page still trying to close that gap up after missing that chicane, making a couple late race mistakes here. Has him about 4.5, almost 5 seconds behind our race leader, his teammate Bud Shearer in that RBS Racing number 93 machine. See the difference, actually 2 cars in between them now as Bud is laying down some crazy lap times, man. He's trying to already catch up to this 19 ride of Chad Jeffries, our 5th place driver. If they can catch up in that many cars laps down, it's going to be absolutely insane. Chad, our 5th place driver, just over that rear chicane. Bud Shearer just coming back out onto corner number 1 here on the Charlotte Oval racetrack here. He's got quite a bit of a distance to try to make up here over that 19 machine, but man, these guys have been putting on an absolute show here for us, man. A great race and a great battle here at the front of the field. Now, a new race leader late in this one. Brock Page there in second. Got a few drivers right there in front of him. That's the 70 ride of Mike Killingbeck, our 8th place driver, and our 6th place driver in the 65 of Jeff Mayers. In between him and our race leader, and a whole lot of distance between 1st and 2nd place out there on the racetrack. You can see that gap starting to shrink ever so slightly. Brock Page trying to close that gap, trying to reel him in. I don't know if he's going to be able to get there, though. I don't know if he's going to have enough time. These laps continue to click off. Still got a lot of racing left to go, but 7 more laps left to go here in this one. It's definitely going to make things interesting here at the front of the field as that 93 ride continuing to just lay down some wicked fast lap times, continuing to show the way here. Trying to stay mistake-free, trying to keep that GOAT Racing AMR graphics number, or AMR paints number 93 ride here. Just trying to keep it out in front and out of damage, out of trouble here. Continuing to just hit his marks, continuing to try to do his best as he can here. Keep his teammate at bay as, man, what a show, what a race so far these two have been putting on for us. We're going to jump right on board here with our leader, the 93 rider Bud Shearer, as he continues to lead the way here. See, I do believe that is that right there in front of him. That is the 95 ride of Sean Burke right there in front of him. His teammate actually in the 95 ride going to jump up out of the way there, making sure that the 93 ride has nice clean track there. Nice veteran move to move up and out of the way here as Bud Shearer continues to lead the way here now, down to about 6.5 seconds. About 6.5 seconds between Bud and Brock as Brock is trying to close that gap here once again. We're going to go through the field here late in this one as we get 5 more laps left to go. It's the 93 machine of Bud Shearer out in front. Bud leads the way here in the 93. Right behind him, about 3.5 seconds, is his teammate in the 92 ride. That is Brock Page in that second spot on the racetrack. Quite a ways back behind these guys, about 33 seconds behind our race leader is the third teammate here. Another one of those RBS racing rides. It's the 94 ride of Justin Reynolds there in third. Quite a ways back here. Holding a good spot here up on the podium in position number 3 for Justin Reynolds. In position number 4 is the 3 machine of Al Reed, as Reed currently in that 4th position on the racetrack. The luck of the Irish in that digitalmotorsports.com ORL number 3 ride there in 4th, and rounding out our top 5 in the 19 ride. That is the Borderlands 3 number 19 ride of Chad Jeffries, holding on to position number 5 out there on the racetrack, currently in the 6th position. Unfortunately, a lap down. That is the 65 ride of Jeff Mayer in position number 6, currently in that lucky dog position. That Mountain Dew number 65 ride in position number 7 in the 22. That is Colton Manage in that Misfits Racing number 22 ride, currently in that 7th spot out there on the racetrack. As we did have one car unfortunately go around there, as Colton Manage continuing to be right there in that 7th position. Mike Killingbeck, the 70 car, some heavy front end damage there. And that Lawrence Tech number 70 ride, currently in 8, in position number 8. He's going to lose it here on the high side in corner number 8. Going to go around here, up in the grass there. He's going to get pointed into that inside wall there. He's going to get it pointed back in the right direction. You see Dustin, or Joshua Benton, just getting around him as Benton's going to get up and around him, but unfortunately Benton's still quite a few laps down here Killenbeck's going to hold on to that 8th position. Behind him in position number 9. It's the Jack Daniels Coca-Cola number 6 ride of Robert Kuisku. He's there in that 9th position. Our 10th place driver, the 69 ride. Just saw him out there in that marble number 69 machine. That is Joshua Bennett, as we see Mike Killenbeck get up into the wall once again here. That 70 ride really starting to lose it here late in this one as Joshua Benton there in that 10th position on the racetrack. In 11th, right there behind him, that is Joshua Bromfield. As Bromfield there in position number 11. And behind him in the 84 ride, currently in position number 12 on the racetrack, that is Wayne Garland. It's Garland there in 12th, and in 13th, we see the 99 ride, the Cheez-Its. Kellogg's number 99 of Christopher Muse, currently in 13th, and we see Sean Burke, unfortunately down pit side here. It's Burke down pit side in the 95 ride, one of those RBS racing rides. AMR Paints, number 95, parked down pit side. Johnny Thunder on the racetrack in 15th. Anthony Garland in 16th off the racetrack. The 2 ride of Thomas Riles in 17th off the racetrack. In the 48 ride, a Cameron Dario, unfortunately, off the racetrack as well, back in 18th. But out in front, the lead is just heating up here as the 92 ride of Brock Page is able to get back around our race leader. As the battle at the front of the pack is just heating up, and we see a good pass here as the 92 ride of Brock Page getting back up and around his teammate here. We're going to make a look back here and see where this pass was made as, man, a good run here for the 92 late in this one. Close that 4.5 second gap back up, gets to the outside here of the 93. He's going to outbrake him here into the front stretch chicane. And he's going to take that lead back away, so move Brock Page back out in front in that 92 ride. So we're going to get 2 more laps left to go here, about 1.5 laps left away from our checkered flag, and Brock Page back out in front. Brock Page with about 0.5 second lead here over his teammate Bud Shearer. Shearer right there in position number 2, trying to stick right there with them. These Go Racing, RBS Racing, AMR Paints rides 1, 2, and 3 right now. Justin Reynolds, unfortunately, quite a ways back here, not hanging out with his teammates at the front of the field as Brock Page and Bud Shearer are going to go down the front stretch here. They're going to see that white flag fly one more time around here. Brock Page trying to hold off the hard-charging number 93 ride up Bud Shearer. Shearer right there. Close that gap back up, about a car length between them here. You see the 93 trying to do everything he can to get right to the rear bumper here of his teammate as Brock Page and Bud Shearer down through the infield intersections here, trying to go around here. The 95 ride, their teammate spinning out there in front of them at the bottom of the corner number 8 there. That had to have been a little bit of a scary moment as they came around the corner and saw that yellow and blue ride spinning around, but Brock Page getting a good run here out of corner number 1 here, out of corner number 9, down corner number 1 and 2 here, down the backstretch here at the Charlotte Roval racetrack. He's going to head down into this rear chicane. Only a couple more opportunities here for this 93 ride to be able to get around the 92. He outbroke him there just a little bit. He's going to get a good run. He's looking down to the inside here. They're going to drag race all the way back around through corner number 3 and 4 here on the oval. One more hard braking area. Looks like you're going to send it in there. Any contact? Some contact. They're both going to go around. Both leaders go around, and the 92 ride's going to get pointed back in the right direction, and Brock Page is going to continue to lead the way and pick up the checkered flag. His teammate Bud Shearer gave it everything he had there late in this one, and unfortunately for him, made that contact. They both went around as Bud was trying to get to the inside, trying to find a way to get around his teammate, trying to use that front bumper, and fortunately, the 92 was still able to get pointed back in the right direction and beat him back to the start-finish line. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up here That 92 machine, a Brock Page, running an absolutely insane race here all evening long, leading a ton of laps. Page able to pick up the checkered flag after a miraculous run, a crazy finish here in this one. In that 92 ride, picking up the checkered flag. His teammate Bud Shearer right there in position number 2, and we're going to see Justin Reynolds come home there in third position. It's 1, 2, and 3 here for the RBS AMR Paints rides. The 92, 93, and 94 rides. First, second, and third out there on the racetrack. See Al Reed come home there in 4th. Jeff Mayers going to come home here in position number 5. Chad Jeffries in 6th. Colton Manich in 7th. Mike Killenbeck, Robert Tuiscu, and Joshua Benton rounding out our top 10 here. Josh Bromfield, Sean Burke, Johnny Thunders, Anthony Garland, Thomas Riles, and Karen Dario rounding out the field here. But see this 92 machine of Brock Page burning down the house here. He's burning it down here on the front stretch right here in the start-finish line as he's excited to be able to pick up this checkered flag, man, after a fantastic run and a fantastic race here for this 92 machine as he's going to pull it up into victory lane. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up here for the 92 ride as he gets it done and picks up the checkered flag here tonight in this one. We're going to get ready to pull our top 3 here into the broadcast booth for post-race interviews. Ladies and gentlemen, let's see those congratulations up in the chat here for Brock Page as we're going to pull him up here into the broadcast booth. Hey, Brock, it's Aaron up here in the Peacemaker Broadcasting booth. You got a copy? Hey, Brock, it's Aaron up here in the Peacemaker Broadcasting booth. You got a copy? Brock, my boy, what a run, what a race right there, man. That was absolute domination out there on the racetrack after you led so many laps early on in this one. You overshot your pit stall late on that late, pit stop. Your teammate was able to beat you back out. He was able to get around you there, and then we saw him miss that chicane on the front stretch. You had to get stopped on the racetrack. You're almost back to 5 seconds behind Bud there. Slowly but surely, you're able to close that gap, drive back through a lot of lab cars in between you, and you're able to jump back up and make that move to get back around your teammate late in this race and pick up the checkered flag, even with that late race contact as Bud sent it in. You guys made that contact. You did a little bit of a 360 there on the front stretch, and you were able to beat him still back across the start finish line, man. Take us back through that race and how you got it done here as you're parked down here in victory lane.
I'm going to be honest. Me and Bud were both content with just riding. We weren't going to race it out until the last 5 or 10 laps because we was both keeping even pace with each other. And I got to say I respect the hell out of him because he raced me clean and he tries to race as clean as possible. And so I respect him a lot for that. He could have just totally wiped me out there Logano style and won that race, but he decided, we're going to try to be fair about it. And like I told him, I was like, man, I'm not even mad about that contact because I had no reason to be back in front of him. I got lucky with, him missing that corner because before that he was, keeping that 4-second gap on me for a little bit. So, sometimes you got to get lucky to win these things, and I guess we just got lucky today.
Absolutely, man. I don't know if it was all luck out there as you two were definitely the class of the field here right from the drop of the green flag, man. You guys were absolutely shot out of a cannon, man. What did you guys have? About 30 seconds over your teammate Reynolds back there in position number 3. You guys had jumped up and passed everyone except for the 4th and 3rd place drivers out there on the racetrack, putting all these guys a lap down, a couple laps down, 3, 4, 5 laps down, as you guys continue to just lay down, such consistent laps and such consistent lap times that you're able to, run these guys down in a quick hurry. You're able to make quick work of them and put a lot of cars a lap down very quickly in this one, as only 45 laps. Wasn't a super long race, but you guys were able to really pull this one out of the bag here. The two of you were, nose to tail, within a second of each other for majority of this race, especially through the middle section of this one, man. And you guys put a beating on the rest of the field here tonight.
I'm gonna be honest, it felt like a long race. I'm laying on the floor right now.
It probably definitely felt like a long race for you guys, man. You guys are absolutely sweating. That's a lot of left turns and right turns out there. A lot of, hard braking and everything else with all these chicanes and everything else. And, having your teammate right there, I mean, if you would have had that, 4 or 5 second gap between each other, maybe we're able to breathe a little bit better there. But, late in this one, as you said, you had that 4 second, 5 second gap that you had to recollect yourself with about 6, 7 laps left to go and drive him back down. You were able to do that. You were able to push that car to its absolute max there and drive back to your teammate, make that move, make that pass, get back out in front and beat him back to the start finish line here, man. Brock, take us down here to that final couple corners there, right through that front stretch chicane. When that contact was coming, you were spinning around. What were you thinking there? Were you thinking, I got to just drop it down into first gear and try to get it across the start finish line as quickly as possible? Or were you just trying to hang on?
That's exactly what I did. I was spinning and I was like, okay, I don't know if it's going to make me stop. So if it is, I need to get going as quick as I can. And I'm not going to lie, I switched from my gear shifter to my paddle shifters for this race. And I was reaching down there for that and almost didn't get down into first gear. So, yeah, I was just, as I'm spinning out, I'm like, okay, this is how Ryan Blaney won. But then I was like, well, he's way back there. So it's between whoever gets going first out of me and Bud. So I really think we just got lucky and came on right into that deal, because I made that mistake in pit road, and that was almost a really bad deal. I was so mad at myself for that, but pulled one out of the hat.
Absolutely, my boy. Well, Brock, congratulations on picking up the checkered flag here in this one, my boy. Who would you like to thank for such a wicked run, such a wild run, and a great race here today in this one and picking up that checkered flag?
I want to thank Team RBS. They brought me in almost a year ago, I think. And, I've always been running consistent with these guys. I don't think I've ever had a bad run, just some bad results due to stuff out of my hands. But I really got to hand it out to them. They brought me in, like I said. And, instantly the communication, in my opinion, has been great. It's getting better. And, here, they all race clean. And it was pretty good. Today was a good, I like races like this that, the best drivers are going to be out front with no cautions, no stages, even because we didn't take tires all race. We went the whole 45 laps on the same set of tires, and we didn't start running our personal best until late in the run, whenever it was, go time. So, but I also got to thank Bucked Up Energy, or actually it's a pre-workout supplement. If you use code BP62 on their website, you'll get 20% off. So, yeah, I don't know, man. That was crazy. I want to say thanks to the Garlands for hosting these races and running this league. It gives me something to do on Sundays, and thank you for broadcasting it. I like your stuff so far, man, so keep it up.
Beauty, I appreciate that, my boy. I appreciate that. Well, Brock, congratulations, man. A wild race, a crazy one out there tonight in this one, as we saw some action all around the racetrack, and it came right down to the wire here. A little bit of late race contact, a little bit of late race action, and here you are parked out in Victory Lane. Congratulations, my boy, and hopefully we'll see you back up here in Victory Lane very soon.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Beauty, have yourself a wonderful night.
You too.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, give it up there for the 92 ride. Our race leader, Brock Page, picking up the checkered flag here in this one, man. What a run and what a race there for that 92, as he's able to get it done and pick up that checkered flag out there on the racetrack. If you guys haven't already, make sure you guys all hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that follow button, as we're going to get ready to pull in our second place driver, the 93 machine of Bud Shearer. Shearer coming home here in position number 2 here tonight, man. A great run and a great drive here by Bud as we're going to pull him up into the broadcast booth. Hey, Bud, it's Aaron up here in the Peacemaker broadcasting booth. You get a copy?
Yes, sir.
Bud, my boy, what a run, what a race, man. Coming right down to the end of this one. We saw you hang with your teammate pretty much all race long. You two, the class of the field, continue to pull away from everybody else. You guys had a huge gap there between yourselves and the third place car out there on the racetrack as came right down to the very bitter end of this one, but we saw you take that lead down pit side. Brock overshot his pit stall ever so slightly, had to throw it in reverse back into that pit spot. You were able to beat him back out onto the racetrack, and a couple mistakes out of the 92 sent him even farther back. You're up to about a 5-second lead, and then late in this one, he just found a whole new gear, was able to drive back up to you, beat you down into one of these braking zones, get back around you. And we saw right there at the end that little bit of contact between you and Brock. You both spin around. You both try to beat each other back to the start-finish line. Unfortunately, you came up one spot short here tonight, man. But without a doubt, the two fastest cars out there on the racetrack right from the drop of the green flag as you and Brock put on the heck of a show, a heck of a battle here. You come up one spot short, man. Take us back through that race and what was going through your mind there in those final few corners?
The race itself was bad to say, but the race itself was rather boring. I mean, just kind of rode there behind him, and I don't know, just figured I'd ride until the end of the race and see what happens. So I had planned on not taking any tires all race, so we didn't take any tires, and we just rode around there. But the end of the race wouldn't have even, it shouldn't have even been a fight. There was a lap car. I must have caught him in turn 3, I think, when we first got into the infield, and I don't know, he was, I mean, I wasn't going to say nothing in the lobby or nothing, but anyways, I had to give up 3.5 seconds there, just ride around behind him until I could finally pass him when we came back out in like turn 3 of NASCAR, or turn 1, I mean, of NASCAR track. So yeah, wasn't for that, it wouldn't have even been a race at the end. It would have still been a 4-second lead. But no, the race, I mean, you can go ahead and pass them and then run the hell out of the car and have fun, I guess, that way, or just ride around there for 40 laps. It's kind of tough. I mean, it's boring. Even Brock, I think, was bored. I think I would have rather raced them. Looking back, we should have just raced each other and wrecked it early. It would have been more fun, I think. But now the end of the race, I mean, we had 30 or 40 seconds of a gap, so, or more, I think, at that point. So
Absolutely.
I don't know. I just threw it to his right-hand side and told him I was going to, I guess, as we came into it.
At least he gave him that little bit of a warning there as you guys were headed into that front stretch chicane, and definitely made it interesting. And as we saw the two of you guys spin around there, like, who was it there a few years ago? Wasn't it Jimmy Johnson and was it Ryan Blaney maybe that did that? And
Johnson and Truex. But,
Johnson and Truex, yeah, there we go.
When I hit him, I told him to hurry up and get going. I was going to wait for him. I hit him, so it wasn't going to be a clean pass. I wasn't going to race him to the line. So I think I got my car spun around before he did, but I had to wait for him to get going.
Absolutely, Bud. Well, man, a great race and a good run here, man. You led some laps. You both looked very good up there at the front of the field, just laying a beating here on the rest of the field as you guys were the fastest cars out there all day long, man. Just continue to lay down some crazy fast lap times, and here you guys are 1 and 2 at the end of this one, even after having some action and some fun out there on the track, being able to still come home on the podium and pick up that second spot. It's still got to feel pretty good, man, as that was a good run and a good race there between the two of you guys and the whole RBS team.
Yeah, for a road course, I mean, I'm god awful at these things. I only ever drive LMPs and hypercars, so when it's on road, so this is like a golf cart with a flat tire compared to them. But yeah, we had fun. Like I said, I think Brock and I should have just raced it out. It would have been a lot more fun, but next time, I guess, we won't be so conservative for each other, I don't think.
Absolutely. Well, we look forward to seeing that one, but congratulations on the second place run here tonight in this one, man. Who would you like to thank for such a strong performance out there on the racetrack?
Well, I'd like to thank the Garlands for putting on the league and ORL, and everybody that came out and raced and made it a blast. I didn't see any issues, and obviously RBS and our team, Justin, Brock, Sean, and Matt, and AMR Paintworks for painting up the cars, and come back next week. I try to have some fun.
Absolutely, my boy. Well, congratulations on the second place finish here tonight. We look forward to seeing you back out on the racetrack next week. Hopefully, we'll see you up here one spot better and back up in victory lane.
Yes, sir. Thank you kindly.
Absolutely. Have yourself a wonderful night.
You too.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, give it up there one more time for our second place finisher, the 93 machine of Bud Shearer, as he's able to jump up and grab that second spot here in this one. A late race contact, some great racing out there. Man, that was a lot of fun and a lot of good racing there between those two as they've duked it out. Teammates at the front of the field here all evening long, 1 and 2, as we're going to get ready to pull our third place finisher now. The 94 ride of Justin Reynolds, the third driver here of this RBS racing team. 1, 2, 3 finish here. A good finish here for the whole RBS rides as they were able to get some good finishes out there and have 3 drivers up here in the top 3. He's got to feel pretty good as we're going to pull Justin up here into the broadcast booth. Hey, Justin, it's Aaron up here in the Peacemaker Broadcasting booth. Do you got a copy?
Yes, sir. I got you.
Justin, my boy, man, what a race, what a run, man. We saw you lead, a little bit up there towards the front. We saw you hang right there with Brock and Bud for a little while. And then, fortunately, kind of slid back a little bit. We saw Al Reed get by you, but then through the middle of the race, you were able to get back around Al with some good pit stop strategy and everything else. But, man, it just seemed like you just couldn't quite run the same lap times as the 92 and the 93 ride, and no caution flags. It never really gave you a shot to get back up there with them, and kind of looked like you just rode around there for a little while as you were just solidly right there in position number 3. You had 30 seconds, 20 seconds between you and Brock and Bud, and then behind you, Al and Jeff were, that 10, 20 seconds behind you. So you're kind of just riding right there with no one around you for quite a while, except for some lap down cars, and looked like you're just, having a good time, having some fun out there, just trying to learn more and more about what you can do for the next time out here on the Roval.
Yeah, you pretty much hit the nail on the head, man. I was trying to keep up with them guys, but I knew throughout practice and everything, those guys are really top tier, and I probably wasn't going to be able to hang with them. I tried to as long as I could, and I just kind of fell off. Then once I couldn't really see them anymore, I was learning, watching them, but after I got out of their view a little bit, I was out there on my own, and like you said, they wasn't really nobody too close behind me, so I was pretty much just riding. And then a couple times I cut the chicane on the back. I did that once, and I cut the chicane on the front once, and that really, really put me behind. But yeah, for the most part, I was just out there by myself, just logging laps pretty much.
Absolutely, man. Just getting that practice, just running out there by yourself. I hope you had, at least your teammates to chat with you or whatever else, so you weren't too bored out there. Or at least hopefully you had, some tunes playing in the background or something to kind of keep you, keep you locked in out there on the racetrack. In case if there was that late race caution flag, you want to be primed and ready to rock and roll and try to, be able to jump up there and compete with your teammates in first and second.
Yeah, we was all in a Discord and kind of comparing laps on what everybody was doing and trying to help each other out. And like you said, man, I was just right there in no man's land, just trying to figure out what to do to get better. And right there at the end, that last run, I never took tires the whole race, which Brock and Bud, they didn't either. But I was running my fast laps right there at the end of it. So I figured something out, but I needed to figure it out a lot sooner than what I did.
Absolutely, man. Well, you're still very, very fast out there. The third quickest lap time out there on the racetrack behind Brock and Bud is you're about 3/10 or so behind Bud and about 6/10 back behind Brock, as those two were just the class of the field here all night long, man, just laying down some crazy lap times. We definitely saw you continue to learn some more things, continue to get a little bit faster and faster and faster, and I'm sure more and more seat time, it'll continue to get that 94 ride closer and closer towards the front, and we'll see probably the next time we head back to the Roval that you may be in contention for, the win with your teammates here.
Yeah, I need to put in a little more practice. These guys have been practicing a lot, and I've been trying to get on here when I can, and I just need a little bit more time to figure it out. and try to get up there where them guys are running. Those lap times them guys are knocking off are pretty quick compared to me.
Absolutely, my boy. Well, Justin, congratulations on a solid third place run here tonight, man. A great race and a great run here for yourself. Who would you like to thank here for such a strong performance?
Well, this is the first time I think I'm getting to talk to you, so I'd like to thank you, man. I've watched a couple of your broadcasts now, and you do a great job, and I love the energy you bring and the way you bring up the race and everything, man. It's awesome. Keep doing what you're doing, and everybody who puts this on the Garlands. Thank y'all for letting RBS run in this league. And RBS, man, we got a good group of guys, and we're always learning and bouncing things off of each other, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
Absolutely, my boy. Well, congratulations with the third place run, and hopefully we'll see you back up here next weekend. Hopefully we'll see you, back up here in the broadcast booth, maybe a couple spots better. Maybe we'll see that 94 ride, reverse the roles here and get out in front of the 92 and the 93 next week.
I sure hope so.
Beauty. Justin, congrats on the third place run, and hopefully have yourself a wonderful evening.
You too. Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, give it up there for all these drivers, man. These guys put on a wicked, wicked show here for us, man. All evening long, these guys put on an absolute just amazing, amazing racing action, some awesome racing action all around this racetrack. But unfortunately, we got to call it there on that one. As the racing action is done, our post-race interviews are over, man. These guys put on a great show for us, a great race here all evening long, as that was a ton of fun, man. We saw some wicked racing action there, a lot of, some good side-by-side action. We saw some crazy racing, and then right there at the end, that contact coming down through the front stretch chicane there, right down to the start-finish line. Luckily enough for Brock Page, he was able to get that car back down into low gear, get her onto point it back in the right direction, and put that throttle down to beat his teammate back across the start-finish line there. It's, man, a great race and a good run for all these drivers, man. They put a great show on, even when they were back there battling for, 2 or 3 laps down, back in, 10th, 11th, 12th position. These guys continue to just keep on putting on good laps and continue to put on a great show here for all of us to enjoy, man. Made it for a very fun, exciting race, and I can't thank you guys enough for tuning in and hanging out with us for the evening here, as another great show, another great race by all these drivers. But unfortunately, that is going to do it for us here in this one. I hope you guys all have a wonderful evening. I hope you guys all have a wonderful night, and I will see you all later on tonight, actually. I'll see you guys all later on tonight, as we'll be headed back to the dirt track here tonight for the Great White North 358 Modified Series. So make sure you guys tune in for that one, as we will be back in action. More racing here to happen later on tonight, as we'll be headed back to the dirt track, and it's gonna be a ton of fun jumping back and doing some dirt, seeing those 358 Modifieds in the Great White North, man. Always putting on a great show. I do believe we're headed to Better Rated Auto Parts Raceway I-55, Peevely, Missouri, for that one in the 358 Modifieds. And man, I-55, always such a great show, man. That is always such a great racetrack, and we're going to see some awesome racing out there for that one later on this evening. But ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all for tuning in. I'll see y'all later on tonight, man. Peace out, chat. Peace out, baby. Hope you guys all have a wonderful night.